way that we do want to do it, and I think that you'll see how basically shifting the alignment in a little more intelligent way can actually help increase the range of motion in this posture. And if you don't understand what has to happen in the sacral vertebrae here, it'll actually make it more difficult to get as much depth in the posture. It might even put a little bit of a pinch in the back. Now, that being the case, we're going to keep you safe. We're not going to do any damage or anything like that. But if you will, go ahead and bend your legs, and then reach back and grab your feet. Now, when integrating this to start, I'm going to have you roll your tailbone strongly under. So you see how our butt kind of clenches a little bit there, and that actually flattens the lumbar curve a touch. So soften that, and then just pay attention to everything that happens in here. Roll your tailbone under really, really strongly. You see how as that happens, those vertebrae basically rise toward the back of the body, and this flattens out just a little bit. One more time, just watch right here. Now here we have a pretty normal curve. Now roll your tailbone under strongly. A little bit more. Now these vertebrae start to roll just a little bit more to the upper portion of the body, and she has less lumbar curve after that. Now I want you to keep rolling your tailbone under strongly. Then lift your chest up in the air. Roll your tailbone under a little harder and press your feet up in the air. And then scoop your tail a little bit more till your butt clenches and press up. Now you see with this part of the back bend, at this point, this is kind of like a board in here because we're not actually allowing her lumbar spine to bend. She's not really getting much bend up here in the top of it, and she's getting very little thoracic bend at all. So for all intents and purposes, this is pretty much as far as she's going to go in the posture without refining her alignment. Does it feel okay? Good. Come all the way down. Now, I mentioned yesterday that actually understanding how your bones move can give you instantaneous shifts in range of motion. You're very much going to see that here. Now this next time around, rather than asking her to tuck, I'm going to allow these vertebrae to nutate. They're going to move toward the front of the body. So to help her do that, I'm basically going to place my finger on this location so she can feel where they were. And she rises up. She's just basically going to imagine that she were tacked to the floor through this place, and she's going to let everything else come from this point. So to start, squeeze your shoulders back, and then engage your skull line. Press the back of your head to the ceiling to lift your chest. Now let these vertebrae just stay glued to the floor, and press your feet upward away from those vertebrae. Lift your chest higher, and then press your feet up toward the ceiling as these vertebrae continue to drop. Lift your chest, press your feet up. So notice her overall height in the knees. Notice she has a little bit more curve here. Come all the way back down to the ground. And right away to contrast, roll your tail under really strongly. A little bit more, a little bit more, and then lift everything as high as you can without losing the tail roll. Do you see the difference between the two? Now check it out. Allow these vertebrae to drop, then press your feet higher. You see how they shift? Allow these vertebrae to press down and lift the collarbones up. Now finally, slide your breastbone upward towards your chin and over the heart to bend. It's a beautiful back bend. Come on down. Let's give her a hand.